Hey everyone, my name is Matt. I'm the youth and family pastor at Cornerstone Church in Marshfield. I'm here today with your Cornerstone Connection, a daily devotional. It's always good to be with you all, and perhaps it's your first time, so welcome if it is. And I would just want you to know that here at Cornerstone, we are reading through the Bible, the entire Bible, in 2 years. And so we're reading portions of the Old Testament and the New Testament. And so each Cornerstone Connection is going to be linked to one of the two readings that we're in at the current time. And so today, I'm going to continue the story in Exodus as the Israelites, God's people, are making their way out of Egypt, and they're making their way to the Promised Land. And you may or may not know, but their main leader leading them out of to the Promised Land is Moses and his brother Aaron. And so we get to Exodus chapter 17 today, and you read the story in chapter 17, and you read the stories prior to that in chapters, 14, 15, 16. And though oftentimes leaders get the glory, you find out that leadership isn't always that much fun. In fact, sometimes as a leader, as Moses found out, sometimes as a leader you kind of get to this point where you go, I just don't think I can win. I don't think I can win with these people that I'm leading. And that was certainly the way that Moses felt as we get into Exodus chapter 17. And what's incredible is that God used Moses to do some miraculous things. I mean, he performed some incredible signs through Moses. Just to kind of recap, of course, in Exodus chapter 14, the people, as they're leaving Egypt, they meet the Red Sea. And they have nowhere to turn. They have nowhere to go but through the Red Sea. And through Moses, God divides the sea, and towers of water are on either side of them as they pass through on dry land through the Red Sea. I mean, it's incredible, and it's miraculous. And then you get to chapter 15, and we see that they get to this place called Mara, where the water is bitter, and so they can't drink it. And God says, just go ahead, Moses, and what I want you to do is I want you to throw this piece of wood into the water, and all of a sudden this bitter water becomes sweet, and they can drink it. And then you get to chapter 16, and it's the whole chapter about God providing for food and providing food for them, and He provides manna in the morning, this bread that they can eat, and this quail, this meat that they can eat in the evening. And He gives specific instructions, and all throughout the chapter, they're complaining and they're grumbling and they're not listening at all to Moses. And so you just, as you get to chapter 17, you just can feel the frustration. If you're Moses, you just feel the frustration building. So we get to chapter 17, which in my Bible is subtitled Water from the Rock. And let me just read for us here a little bit. And so today's connection is really to answer this question. Especially if you're in leadership, but maybe even just as a parent, or maybe just in a relationship of any kind. The question we're going to answer today is, what do you do when you just can't win? What do you do when you just can't win with people? So here we go, Exodus 17, starting in verse 1. Here's what it says. The whole Israelite community set out from the desert of Sin, traveling from place to place as the Lord commanded. They camped at Rephidim, but there was no water for the people to drink. So here we go. They quarreled with Moses and said, give us water to drink. Moses replied, why do you quarrel with me? Why do you put the Lord to the test? But the people were thirsty for water there, and they grumbled against Moses. They said, why did you bring us up out of Egypt to make us and our children and our livestock die of thirst? More grumbling, more complaining. Verse 4, then Moses cried out to the Lord, what am I to do with these people? They are almost ready to stone me. They're about ready to kill Moses. This is about what's about to happen. And the Lord answered Moses, walk on ahead of these people, take with you some of the elders of Israel, and take in your hand the staff with which you struck the Nile, and go. I will stand there before you by the rock at Horeb. Strike the rock, and water will come out of it for the people to drink. So God delivers Moses from this, right? But the question is, what do you do when you just can't win with people? When you're leading people or in a relationship with someone, and it's just like there is no way that you can convince them that they can follow you or that you can be trusted. And I think the answer is simply found in verse 4. When Moses, the people come grumbling again, and Moses, it says, then Moses cried out to the Lord. And friends, we don't have to wait for things to be boiling in a relationship or in a leadership situation, boiling with frustration to finally cry out to the Lord. We really should be doing that every day, right? How do I navigate these situations, God? We don't ever want to think we got to figure it out. But let me just remind you, if you find yourself in a place where you feel like relationally with somebody you just can't win, cry out to God. And like Moses did, say, Lord, what am I to do with these people? What am I to do with this person? What am I to do with this relationship? Please show me. Please guide me. And I trust, like he did for Moses, God will have an answer for you. He's on your side. He loves you and he cares for you and for the person or people that you're leading. Have a great day, friends. We'll see you next time on the Cornerstone Connection.